My name is Sarah Bashford from the MFL team at Pearson, and I'm going to take you through our module explaining how we will support you moving from your current qualification to the new one, both for Pearson Edexcel teachers and those from other awarding bodies. We recognise how important it is when a new qualification comes along that you feel supported and well prepared to plan, teach and understand the requirements of the new qualification. So let's have a look at the support we've prepared for you. So this is the GCSE 2024 timeline. The big news is that we were accredited in May 2023 for our French specification, and you can find the full specification and sample assessment materials on our French 2024 page. We've been holding dozens of launch events across the country in the first half of this year, and we'll have a few more across the major cities and online this summer, but also into the first part of the autumn term. We'll be holding our first tranche of Getting Started training running from October through to December all across the country, with online sessions also available for those of you who cannot make a face-to-face event. This training will continue to run into next year, so keep an eye out for dates on our training page. As you're all aware, the new qualification will be first taught from September 2024, and the final assessment of the current specification will be summer 2025. We will, of course, be supporting both qualifications through this time, ensuring that you can best support your students. And as part of this support for the qualification, there'll be continued training to better understand the new qualification and the requirements, with a focus on the speaking paper and understanding the mark schemes. Finally, the first assessment of the new qualification will be in the summer of 2026. So what will help you get started? There'll be plenty of support to ensure you move to the new qualification with as little disruption as possible. So for example, understanding how the new GCSE differs from the current one. You'll find on the Pearson Edexcel website mapping from the old to the new qualification. You'll also find a detailed assessment objective overview. There'll be lots of vocabulary support too, so an editable vocabulary spreadsheet can be found on the website, also mapping against legacy vocabulary lists, AQA and Pearson Edexcel. You'll also find mapping against the NCELP Key Stage 3 vocabulary list. There'll be a lot of support with planning your courses. Course planners and schemes of work will be available in autumn 2023. And also, of course, the Getting Ready to Teach training, which starts from October 2023, and there'll be both live events around the country and on demand. So let's have a look at the new Pearson Resources. I'm excited to tell you that we are producing all new Edexcel GCSE French, German and Spanish resources. It's an area that teachers have been asking us lots of questions about, so I'll give you a little bit of information about what's coming. The new courses will have higher and foundation textbooks. They'll also come with full teacher planning resources and materials. They'll have a full suite of assessments for practice for the new GCSEs, and also a new digital service called Active Hub. This is our new next generation digital MFL service, and it'll be packed full of inspiring, relatable digital resources for powerful online learning anywhere, anytime. In addition, we'll be launching gamified digital vocabulary practice, giving you the flexibility to teach the vocabulary in a way that reflects your sequence of learning. And overall, the courses will be inclusive, they'll be full of relatable contexts and packed full of cultural content. They'll be really carefully planned with the progression in mind, and of course an accessible approach, and systematically building the students' knowledge of the phonics, grammar and vocabulary, and preparing them fully for the new GCSE assessments. So you don't need to purchase Pearson products to teach the qualification, and there will also be other publishers that may produce resources for teaching and learning. Those of you who are already Active Learn customers with us for Key Stage 4, we'll make sure the transition across to the new services will be seamless. So let's have a look at what would give you confidence when preparing students for examinations. We've prepared a lot of support for you. So the key area of understanding the mark criteria, there's exemplified mark schemes, there's writing, speaking and dictation exemplar responses, and there'll also be exemplars and commentaries following each exam series. You'll find banks of read alouds and dictations available, and also crucially an additional specimen paper available early 2024, and then a secure mock paper available for autumn 2025. There'll be support with conducting the speaking exam too, digital sequencing tool for example, and also speaking task walkthrough video and script. And we'll also produce conducting the speaking exam training both live and on demand to help you prepare and understand the requirements for the new speaking exam. What other support does Pearson Edexcel offer? So during teaching, you'll have a single point of contact. This is your local consultant who is there on hand to answer any questions you may have, whether that's relating to resources, the new qualification or the existing qualification. You also have our expert subject advisor, Rebecca Waker, and her team who are on hand to answer questions and queries anytime. You can also book meetings in with Rebecca at short notice through the online booking system. Rebecca also sends out monthly subject advisor updates. If you're not signed up to those, I really recommend that you do that through our Pearson website, and that way you're sure not to miss any information or any updates on support or training throughout this period. Pearson also has Exam Wizard, which is a free bank of past papers to create your own tests. So we'll load into that the current sample assessment materials for the new specification so that you can create your own tests and practice for the new specification. We'll also keep you updated through regular live network sessions, local, face-to-face and online. When it comes to the post-exams, there'll be free access to scripts, and then Results Plus, which is our free online results analysis tool, which gives you detailed breakdown of your students' performance against the national averages. And of course, there'll also be autumn face-to-face events post-results. On this slide, I'd like to draw your attention to some of the newer paid-for services that we have to offer. These have been specifically designed to save you time and support you with your understanding of the new mark schemes and to provide reassurance that your marking is aligned with ours. So the first of these services is the Marking Moderation Service. It's an expert moderation of your own mark papers and speaking exams with a moderation report and commentary from the Pearson examiners. So you would send in some of your marked scripts to Pearson, where our examiners would moderate those, send you a report and a commentary. This will help with supporting your understanding of the mark scheme, provide reassurance that your marking is aligned with ours, and support marking consistency between staff and between schools. It's also useful for identifying areas for improvement for students. A further service is the mock service. Now the mock service is already available on our existing specification, but will also be available on the new qualification. So this is where you will access a secure GCSE MFL writing paper via the mock service for use in mock examinations. You would send off the scripts. You could choose how many scripts you sent off to Pearson, and these will be marked by examiners. The results are then uploaded to Results Plus for analysis. This service will help save you time in marking your students' mock papers. It'll give you confidence in our fair and consistent marking, and it'll give your students real exam series experience in advance of their final exams. The mock service is also available on screen, which will give you flexibility for providing mock exams within school and also at home. Some of these services I think can be particularly useful with a new qualification and understanding of mark schemes and that reassurance that you'll be looking for in the run-up to the first exam series in 2026. Please take a moment to scan the QR code on this slide, and it'll give you access to many of the resources and support that I've talked about in this module so far. Thank you for listening today. Please do get in touch with your local consultant, one of us in the language team, or our subject advisor if you have any questions at all. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.